Years ago, when I was still a teenager, my friend Justin and I would often go longboarding at night. My friends and I were quite the night owls. We loved the freedom of almost never seeing another soul on the road, or the paths we frequented. Even when using main roads, it would be very rare to see a car out so late in such a rural area, and you could see and hear them coming from very far away due to their headlights and the noise of the vehicles disrupting our peaceful silence of the night. We were really into it at the time, and would often ride our boards for miles and miles, sometimes not arriving home until the sun was up. One particular night, we decided to ride a few miles away from our usual back roads to take one of our favorite hidden routes. It began with a narrow, paved path. That was the only piece of land separating two sides of a long lake. It would often sink under due to rain, and we wanted to seize the opportunity to use it before it rained and went underwater again. It was roughly 2 miles long, and was extremely relaxing to ride through due to the scenery. After making it to the end of the lake, we decided to continue moving, and turned into a very close path that leads directly into a densely wooded wilderness preservation. As we came up to the first hill, we looked down at the bottom into the blackness. We both noticed what appeared to be a tiny moving ball of dim light down there. It moved so strangely, and it was extremely difficult to make out what it was. Rather than shine our flashlights down, we curiously watched it for a few moments, whispering to each other about what it could possibly be. All at once, the small light turned into multiple blinding lights and extremely loud, revving sounds, overwhelming our senses that had become accustomed to the dark and silence. Acting purely on fear, we instantly turned around and ran as fast as we could, hearing yelling and revving gaining behind us. By sheer luck, we managed to run off the path into a very dark, very overgrown hole in the side of a hill overlooking where we had just come from. We decided to hide out in the natural dugout of this hill, hoping the plants and darkness would be enough to protect us from whatever was happening out there. We watched our pursuers ride up to where we had originally been standing. There were 4 men, 2 on 4-wheelers and 2 on full-size motorcycles. They were yelling at each other about something, but we couldn't make out what they were saying due to the distance we had covered. We felt safe enough to whisper very softly to each other and speculated who these people could be. Our first thought was they might be park rangers of some kind, although we had never seen one here in the many times we had been through, and honestly, we doubted that this county had the budget or even the desire to have anyone to patrol the deep woods at night. Besides that, these men were on vehicles entirely inappropriate for the paved bike trails. They were very angry about something. They called out to us for a while, yelling things like, "We know you're out there," and "We can see you. Come on out." We stayed silent and decided to call their bluff instead of running. Eventually, we clearly heard one of the men yell, "Find them now!" and smash a bottle. They had erased any hope that we had that they were just park rangers. We watched them split up, each of them going a different way down this series of paths on their vehicles, including the path that we had just came from. It took us what felt like ages to even move. We were frozen in terror inside the dugout, watching the lights from the vehicles travel through the woods and paths, one of them already coming full circle and passing the point he had started from. I thought about calling for help, but I was too afraid to open my phone in fear that even the smallest amount of light would give away our location. After waiting for the lights of the vehicles to reach the farthest distance yet, we finally summoned the nerve to get up and try to run somewhere far enough from these people to safely make a call. We ran as hard and fast as we could through the woods. Since their headlights gave away their location on these paths, we would hide again whenever we felt they were getting too close. Our available hiding spots were getting progressively worse as the woods became less dense, and the fear I felt waiting for one of them to drive past us while basically only being covered in leaves and plants may still be unmatched to this day. Finally, we emerged from the woods onto the intersection of 2 main roads, far from where we started. We ducked down into a ditch to call for help. When I opened my phone, I noticed I had recent missed calls from one of our other friends, Connor, who we were supposed to meet up with after our longboard excursion. I called him and frantically asked where he was. Luck was with us again. He hadn't given up on our plans despite us ignoring him, and was only a few miles away. already heading in our direction. I gave him the names of the 2 streets we were near the corner of and explained we needed to be picked up right away. He agreed and sped over to us while Justin and I waited in hiding. Thankfully, Connor arrived before any of the men did. We bolted into the back seat of his car, yelling for him to get out of there, and he took off. Relief doesn't begin to describe what I felt being safely driven home after everything I had just experienced. After explaining everything that happened to Connor, we ended up moving on with our night and decided not to call the police. We figured they would be gone by the time any officer made it out there, and that we would only be putting ourselves at risk by admitting to breaking the law by taking those paths so late at night. I still have no idea what happened or who those people were. I've been told all kinds of theories from friends and family that heard this story. Some think we walked right up into a huge drug deal. Justin and I admitted to each other that when the revving started and we couldn't see, our minds both went straight to chainsaw-wielding horror movie serial killer. So, I suppose it could have been much worse. Frustratingly enough, whatever those men thought we saw that made them want to catch us so badly, we never actually saw. We'll never really know, I suppose. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This video was written by Zangon over on the Let's Not Meet Again subreddit. I really appreciate Zangon letting me read this, and man, this is just an absolutely crazy story. I have no idea what I would do if this happened to me. I'd be curious to see what you guys think. Comment down below what you would do if you're in this situation. Would you run? Would you call the police? Or would you try to confront these guys? Me personally, I think I would just probably hide until the coast is clear, and then I would just haul ass out of there. Also guys, I still have a Discord open up. I'm going to be doing some crazy stuff. I'm going to be doing some free nitro giveaways, kind of like a raffle deal. So all you gotta do is just like this video and share it. And then if you can just send me a picture, I guess, on my Discord. I got a link down below. You can DM me a picture of the shared video either on Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media you're using. We'll be doing that giveaway probably within like the next 2 weeks. You know, I'm not usually doing like these big giveaways and things like that, but I think I can spare whatever $5-10 for the Discord, the nitro, and you know, if it helps my channel kind of grow, you know, that's kind of what I want to do, is get these stories out and you know, just kind of have fun with things. Alright, thank you guys, have a great one.